Ah, that's better. Is it connects to my other thing? I know you guys can hear me, right? It'd be impossible. Hello? Yo. Bro. Did it switch to the wrong one again? Crap. Oh my god. Oh. No, it's on the right one. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Give me a second. Ah, that's better. Ooh, kind of spicy. Give me a second again, because I forgot to notify everybody that I'm doing live stream now on my Discord. On my Discord. Everyone. A stream. Join in. Yeah, it's very loud, isn't it? It feels kind of loud, you know? Also, there we go. Ha! My mic ain't doing that adjusting thing, is it? Ah, that's better. Alright, so enough little distractions here and there as my router not responding. What's up, everyone? This is Skyra Infinity, and I'll tell you what is up. We're back here again with a more aftermath of my birthday stream. Not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. It was a very impressive thing that I went through today. I got my gift the other day. I set up my gift. Everything's working perfectly fine. My monitor's working like a charm. But... and that's a very fat but. My, a beautiful router is not, responding. Don't know why. It's not even turning on. And the powers are clicked onto it and everything. So I'm just using a wireless connection now. And let's just hope that nothing doesn't bug out. Right? Right. Ah. Not gonna lie. I was kind of sweating up a storm when I was fixing things left and right. And I jumped out without permission because of reasoning. Don't know why I had to put that right there, but hey, it is what it is. Doobie cap. So, how you guys been doing? Yeah, I know my stream the other day was a strong topic. Yeah, I understand. I've seen some stuff, and not the good stuff. The type of stuff that make you think that, oh, we're all fucked type of stuff. And, well, if you've seen it with me, you'll probably agree. Also, my friend has returned from her little dehydration trick. She was trying to pull a magic trick on her community, but she's back now. And that's the only thing that matters. I just hope that she doesn't try to do it again. Because, like, my friends are like the only thing that's keeping me sane. If they disappear on me, I probably actually lose my ass. And you guys too, you know? I mean, it may don't seem like it, but you guys are also important too. I may be an asshole here and there, but you guys are like the light of my little darkness, you know? And I bet you guys are wondering the gift that I got for myself. Well, since I, good old Skyrider Affinity, Did I even did my intro? Yeah, I think I did. Ugh. Is that my phone acting funny? Oh, it is. Hello? It's just like, they just call me at the exact same time I started streaming. Look at that. Mind-blowing, actually. Talking about mind-blowing such things. Dude, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie. It was very intelligent for me to get a gift like this for myself. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, I gotta say, even the most smartest thing I ever done all year. It should help me with drawing things and help me do other things. It also do those things too, More importantly, what you guys been up to, man? This is intense. I know I already asked this question. I'm just having one of those stomach moments where I forgot to cook myself some burgers to reward myself for making up this beautiful dish. I'm going to take a picture of it in the near future, and I'm going to send it to my Discord and maybe Tumblr, but also Blue Skies. I gotta go be chilling on some good old Blue Skies, ladies and gentlemen. Good old Blue Skies. Can't wait. Also, since I got this new setup, I got so much room to stretch my fucking legs. All 4 of them. Oh my god. You have no idea how happy I am, guys. No clue. I am like smelling a storm. Get it? Because I'm the storm dimension. Oh, what is this? Hang on, I gotta see this. Is this actually a woman behind it or a guy?
Ronnie, what's the origin of your
Ronnie,
YouTube
what is the
name?
origin of your YouTube name?
It's Ronnie Blood.
Oh, using AI. Never mind. Pay that sound in the background no attention. Pay no attention, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. I swear. I was supposed to be cooking myself burgers today before actually going live stream after I got done building up my desk. But then suddenly, my router decided to say, you know what? I know you plugged me up with power, but I'm not going to turn on. And I'm just sitting here like, why though? It remained silent. And I repeat myself, why though? It still remained silent. And it just slightly angers me, just a little. Not a lot though. You guys hear the fan, right? Let me just turn that off. There we go. And my headsets are in the tango. Look at that. Whew. Absolutely beautiful. All this room, all this space. I feel like I can dance, man. Especially if I didn't have a big ass bed. But the bed is just the good stuff, It keeps my legs from doing strange things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna be talking just a little before I start doing some random shit, like maybe watching YouTube videos. Or maybe watch someone do a manga thing. I think I'm allowed to do that. Or maybe shout them out or something. Who knows, right? I'm not sure. YouTube has been getting uptight lately with their copyright laws and such. So much that even the ones under brands are not safe from their wraths. Completely wiped out entire YouTube because of, I don't know. Either way, they're starting to chop down real nasty. And I'm like, oh shit. Or they're just trolling a bunch of people, the big ones, trying to type me off of YouTube. If so, I find it very savage and should be shamed self. I've been on this platform for 10 years. Trying to do my best to make sure that I don't break any laws or rules. And they'd be like looking at the big cats and be like, hey, you guys think you're so big. Let me just, take down your pride just a little bit, make you understand your place. I'm like, God damn, YouTube, slow down, man. Slow down. Also, little side note, just in case you guys haven't noticed. But, yeah. I'm gonna open up the good old thing, show this, and whip out this. Alright, let me just move out the way just a little bit. Check it out. That's right. I've got my own Blue Skies account. That means you guys can follow me. Also, I got a heart. Someone liked my shit. I don't know who did it, but it's good to be a badass. Yes, that's right. Follow me on Blue Skies. The link is in my Discord. Yes, my Discord. Which means you gotta join my Discord or follow me here. Or just probably search up Blue Skies. I think you can I think it's called bsky.app. Let me just try that. bsky.app. Yes, bsky.app. Yes, that's where you should go. That's where you should go, ladies and gentlemen. So you can check out Blue Skies. I plan on putting random things there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe like tell some of my life adventures or something. Or just some random doodle daddles. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably just throw my random doodle daddles in this location. That's it. That seems great. That's what I'll do. Also, I don't know who leaves me this like, but I am grateful. Very grateful indeed. Dear God. Well, a lot of things going on nowadays, This and that and that and this is just like absolutely mind-blowing. But you guys are wondering, like, Sky, why do you have this live stream for? I'm a very busy person, and you better explain yourself, Sky. Well, the reason I have this live stream is because I love you guys. Yes, I know it's mind-blowing. But, more importantly, I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm grateful for that. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, ASMR. Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. I'll check that out later. Talk about checking shit out later. Let's see what's on good old YouTube that I can watch without the problem of making things complicated. The biggest and craziest gift I have ever gotten? Nah, I'm not gonna check that out. But it's good to know you got one of those. Oh, is that a guy? That's a guy pretending to be a girl. Let me check.
Jesus, Scary, I know, right? Because I could probably chomp your dick off.
Well, you know what? I don't want to know. I'm just gonna keep moving on and not check that out entirely. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, but those lines are far from the point. Doesn't really look like YouTube got anything. I guess I can just talk about some random shit. Oh hell, I'm not playing XCOM 2 ever again. Ever again. That's literally a fucking stress train, If any of you guys play XCOM 2, That shit is a stress train. No lie. If anyone say it's not a stress train, they're lying to you. They're straight up lying to you. You go to work and you do your job thing and etc. etc. And then you decide to say, you know what? I want to play XCOM 2 today. You decide to play XCOM 2, and then you realize there's a guy constantly yelling in your ear, so you're running out of time! Hurry up! Elijah! And then you just like sat there as you're panicking and shit. And then you just like lose the mission because you lost in panic. And you'd be like, you put down the game. You take one glance at it and you're like, I should have never purchased this game. But if you're like me, you don't have one of those things you call a job, then you should be fine. Also, fucking router's not even turning on. The hell? Got it plugged up and everything, and it's like, nope, not gonna work. Sorry, I don't like this position. Maybe you should go to a better position. I'm like, bro, I swear to the stars. Also, Slay the Spire has been getting a lot of updates. You guys been seeing that shit? I mean, yes, Slay the Spire 2 is coming out, so there's that. Slay the Spire 2 is coming out, so there's that. And also, Wizard of Legends 2 also is coming out. I like, bro, there's a lot of good games coming out nowadays. And I'm like, I want to play them. And I'd be like, I'm going to play them. It's going to be awesome. And, strange. I didn't get any connection problem. Usually every time I start up my stream, be like, YouTube's not getting enough data? Oh wait, we're working now. But now it's like, I'm not getting any connection problem. Maybe because I haven't started playing a game yet. Let's just give it a little test, shall we? Oh yeah, Blood Flame. That's the thing I gotta look for in the future. Only blood magic? I do like blood magic. I really do. I really do like blood magic. It's really good. Noob Pro. What? Oh my. You know, I feel like playing Minecraft today, but let's watch this 36-minute video together. You know, you and me, guys. It's gonna be great. Trust me. It's about either being a noob or pro, about 83 Minecraft things you should actually do. Just lower the audio down. Actually, that's a bit too low. That's better.
This is every trick that Minecraft pros use. So if you're a pro, let's see how many of these you do. And here's also how to do them. Horse fruit is a tough food source to justify. Really. And not because of anything with the saturation, but because of the teleportation. Usually it's just too risky to use this when you're not trying to teleport somewhere. That is, unless you eat one of these underwater. Strange as it may seem, by just putting yourself underneath a body of water, then you can eat as much chorus fruit as you want without ever having to teleport from that place. And I don't know why this happens, but I'm also not going to question it if it means that I can survive in the end. If you're looking for a quick way to the mountaintops, then Cake Horse Ladders work plenty plenty fast. I mean, in the past when we tested the fastest way to sky limit, this
what?
was ranked up in the top 5 best. But now we can make the staircase even faster through the help of dripstones.
What?
Alternating between dripstone and partially eaten cake, we're able to get an even steeper incline that lets us climb up at some crazy speeds.
What?
Sure, it's gonna take a while to get all the resources to do this, so if you're looking to eat a bunch of cake, then this investment's gonna pay off. And it's also the perfect combination of weird and practical, which that alone is worth a try. Skeleton spawners are a valuable asset to have on hand, but we're now able to upgrade this good thing into something even better. Now, by adding in powdered snow, we're able to turn our skeleton farm into a stray spawner. Now, you might ask why we would do this, but it only takes one look at the loot table comparison to see just how much these slow skeletons can drop. And that's all upsides, folks, especially when all it takes to make the change is just some powdered snow and cobwebs. And at that point, it's a no-brainer. Stop using a regular hoe to farm your crops, since by just adding fortune to that same tool, that'll drastically increase your drop rates of crops when you harvest them. And that's also not the part that wastes the durability of the hoe, making this even more efficient and cost-effective too. When you see an exploding creeper, what do? Yeah, I'd run away too, but let's say that's less of an option here. And if you don't have yourself a shield, don't worry, because if you just have a block and you place it between your feet and the creepers, that'll prevent next to all of the damage that you would have taken from the blast.
Wow.
Since the way that Minecraft calculates explosion damage, it's based off of a ray that's cast from the creeper to the bottom of your hitbox. In this case, our feet. So if we block that off, we'll take way less of the damage. And this will also work for things like TNT and end crystals too, regardless of the block, might I add. Even with the new glow lichen on the walls, lighting up these caves is still a mega task. So why don't we try night vision potions instead? Though that's got its own issue. Potions don't stack, so they're gonna take a lot of room. So instead of sacrificing storage for bottles, why don't we just use night vision arrows instead? After you craft a chunk of these, you can simply hit yourself with a dose and get right back to exploring. Sure,
Bruh.
it's a bit more painful, but that's a small price to pay for seeing in the dark. And a stack will give you plenty of time to do that. A lot of players will argue between using things like steak or golden carrots for food, but if you got the time to craft it, I'd actually say that suspicious stew is the option. Since it's just a dandelion mixed in with your traditional mushroom stew, you only have to eat one of these to fill up your entire hunger bar. And not to mention, since it does it through the saturation effect, you're also going to heal pretty well off this too, making this indispensable for PvP battles.
Oh my.
What pros do? Dig straight down. I'm being completely serious.
What?
They don't do it like this. So if you want to make digging straight down into a totally safe operation, then all you gotta do is just stand in between 2 blocks like this, and then dig both of them down one at a time. That way, if one of the 2 holes leads you into a lava lake or a ravine, you'll still be standing on the other one safe. And yes, that's your cue to stop digging straight down. Though if you were a real pro, you wouldn't dig down at all. At least, not yet. Since if you were to instead spend your time looking for things like shipwreck and buried treasure chests up on the surface,
Yes.
you have a much higher chance of getting diamonds for your rewards. I mean, in one of these buried treasure chests, there's a 59% chance that you'll find at least 1 to 2 diamonds. Which is a lot better than the 0% chance that I seem to have of finding any down in the mines by myself.
Maybe because you're not, you don't have skills.
Auto clickers are great for AFK, but they're also not vanilla. But that's fine, we actually have a way to get an auto clicker inside of the regular Java game. See, if you press F3 and T at the same time that you're holding down your left mouse button, then after the textures reload, the game will still think that it's registering the input, even though my hands are completely off the keyboard. But as far as Minecraft knows, I'm still there mining away all of the cobblestone at my stone farm. So if you're just starting out in something like a Skyblock world, this could be a way to get some early game resources. And then you can come back to your computer and actually play the fun parts. If you need to get a lot of sand and you're not allowed to use a sand duper, then we should take a page out of Ethos book. Since by just running in a line with TNT and a flint steel like this, you should know that for every TNT block that we're setting off, we're getting nearly 2 stacks of sand per. And folks, it only takes 4 sand to craft the same TNT. And sure, we're spending sand to get sand, but with returns like this, any investment broker would tell you to make it. And the only thing you gotta look out for here is placing down too much TNT,
oh my,
all the sand that's dropping actually starts to despawn if you forget about it. But as long as you remember to take breaks to go pick some of that up, you're gonna get a lot of returns this method. If you've ever built with blocks that have an orientation, you're well aware that they're annoying to replace mid-air. So to fix that, we should mention that it's actually possible to just double-click the left click and the right click button at the same time, and as long as you instantly mine the block, you'll be able to change the rotation without placing any support blocks for it, which can be great for correcting your mistakes that you placed on that stairs for the roof, or even just for rotating your bamboo right so that it looks good for the window.
You
As long as you
know,
got the right efficiency tools to do this, it'll
I did
save
not
you a
know
lot of
that.
time. How do you craft your diamond tools? I know that sounds like a silly question. Obviously, you just craft them based off the recipe, but how you lay out that recipe could change. And taking a page out of Mysticat's book, what we could do is put all of our materials into the crafting recipe in just one step. So then, first we craft the pickaxe, then the hoe, and finally the shovel. And you can do the same for armor too. And when you're in a dire situation like a PvP tournament, this little bit of a time save could be great for you, especially when your opponent's also trying to get kitted up themselves. This way we can equip first and be able to deal with them that way. You know, it's one of the
First of all, they put PvP here. But why though?
fastest ways to travel in Minecraft, and I'll give you a hint, it's nothing like an Elytra or an Iceboat Highway, but really one of the fastest ways to travel is just using spectator mode. Since when you change your scroll wheel up to the max speed, we can start going incredibly fast, especially vertically, or scroll it all the way down and move at a snail's pace, which is great for fine-tuning your location if you need it for a specific command or shot. And really, if you're able to play with creative mode, there's no reason that you should ever be moving around in just the creative mode like this. If you need to cover a lot of distance, just toggle yourself into spectator mode, move over, and then toggle back to creative. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of time. Minecraft villagers are stupid. I would wait for a gasp from the audience, but I don't think anyone's offended by that statement. And unfortunately, they're also pretty useful with their trades. So to keep your villagers alive from the next time that a zombie siege might happen, you should know that through the help of a dispenser, you're actually able to equip armor into their secret inventory. And sure, you can't see it rendered on top of the villagers, but if you give them armor that's enchanted with thorns, then you can punch them and definitely tell that it's still there. And that way, you give them a way to defend themselves even if they don't have the Iron Golem anymore, since we usually tend to kill those off for other reasons anyway. Stop killing animals like this. And no, that's not a moral argument, but we're actually going to suggest it's so much worse. But if you use a flint and steel to burn the mob before you kill it, then when you use your axe or a sword, it'll still drop a cooked version of the meat item. And there you go, just for the cost of a flint and an iron, you give yourself 64 chances to get cooked food this way, and never have to waste anything on furnaces or fuel. And perhaps the most valuable resource that this saves you is time, since cooking up a pork chop regularly would take 20 seconds in the microwave.
Not gonna lie, Former's Delight kind of countered this way of cooking food, so yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Former's Delight. I'm sorry, amigos.
Whereas this is just as simple as killing them the first time. And once you get it down, it's gonna feel second nature. So better start getting that learning curve out of the way early. Did you know that ladders can be useful in PvP? Yeah, it sounds ridiculous, but there's one very specific feature about ladders that makes them indispensable in certain situations. Take a look at this. If you place down a 3-block tall wall, and then place ladders on top of it, then you can place blocks off of the ladder behind you without even looking away from it. And if you're playing something like Bed Wars where you're walking on very thin bridges, that little bit of a roadblock could be all it takes to knock your biggest enemy into the void. So while speed bridging and towering might look cooler, it might not be a bad idea to also buy a few of these ladders. It only has to save you once to be worth it. If you're playing on a hardcore single player world, this could be one of the most useful tips in the video. See, when you're in a difficult situation and about to die, then instead of just pressing the escape key to pause the game, press F3 and then the escape key. That'll still pause your single player world, but the menu won't appear. And now you have full vision to be able to analyze your situation. Is this cheating? Well, I'll leave that for you to decide. After all, it is a single player world, so it's literally never gonna have anything to do with me. Stop using arrows in PvP, since you really should be using fireworks. Now, not only will these deal more damage on impact, but they're also a great way to disorient the player.
He's right. He is 100% right. Why in the hell are you using arrows when you use fireworks? How you make fireworks? Gunpowder and a piece of paper. That's how. The fuck is wrong with you?
Think about it, you're running into a combat situation, and all of a sudden you got candy-colored lights filling up your vision like a Christmas tree. It's the closest we have to a smoke ball in Minecraft. And plus, if you manage to kill someone while they're inside of a firework, I think that just adds insult to injury. If you got resources but you don't have a lot of time, then I should let you know that if you wanted to tame a horse, you could do it instantaneously. It's just gonna cost you 10 golden apples, which I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, that's obviously more expensive than just taking the time to do this, but that's why it's something that only pros do. The Wither isn't an easy fight, especially on Bedrock Edition.
Yeah, I gotta fight the Wither.
Like this. Since if we were to take our Wither and put it horizontally, underneath the return portal in the end, it'll be trapped inside of the bedrock, not able to harm us or anything around us. It doesn't even leave a big explosion like it usually does. And at that point you could kill it yourself, or you could summon in a couple of iron golems nearby and have them do the job for you. Or my personal favorite way of using that same iron to place down this Hopper Minecart Entity Cramming Killer. It might be a little loud, but it definitely gets the job done. This is one of the most useful features in Minecraft. And
what's that?
That's off by default. But when you go into the accessibility settings and turn on the subtitles, then you can use those for valuable information about the world around you. So even if you don't hear something quite right
Yeah, I already do this one. I like this tip.
out of your headphones, you'll still be able to see that sure enough there's lava popping nearby, and even which direction it comes from, allowing you to much easier find things like lava lakes, blazes, and
Wait, it actually points the fucking direction? I feel like a fucking idiot. I just look at the fucking thing and say, oh, this thing. It actually points left and right. Oh my god.
So much more. And it's also a good way to catch your friends' pranks before they happen. Really, for how much screen real estate that we're giving up here, this subtitle feature more than makes up for it. We've talked in the past about the fastest way to fly with an Elytra, but what about the furthest way to fly with an Elytra? Well, if you want to start talking about angles and degrees, you should know that if you fly 40 degrees downwards and then 40 degrees upwards, that zigzagging will allow you to fly much longer distances. And honestly, I just love doing this because
Like Batman?
it reminds me of Super Mario World. Instead of using scaffolding to build yourself across an area, here's why you should use slime blocks. Because while they might be slow to move on top of, they're definitely not slow to break. Even with just your fist, you can instant mine through slime blocks. I mean, you can do the same with TNT too, but something tells me that slime blocks are a lot safer than that alternative. And then if you fall off your pillar, you'll also have that solution right in your offhand. Place one of those down, and you'll have successfully clutched yourself back to safety. Normally in Minecraft, Steve jumps 1.15 blocks tall, which means he can jump one block with a little bit of clearance over it. But all of that's pointless, since with this Bed Wars tip, we can actually find a way to get ourselves up 3 blocks high,
Oh
and not
my.
as long as it would have taken us for a regular jump. All you have to do is sprint, place a block underneath, jump, and then place 2 blocks underneath yourself. And off of just that simple maneuver, you can do this fast and get 3 blocks of jump height. So if you got 3 blocks, you can jump 3 blocks. I think that's a good trade-off. If you don't yet have the Mending enchantment, you'll want to pay attention to this. Because when you take those non-enchanted items and mix them together like this, it's not just the 2 durabilities that add up, but rather that repaired item will have the sum of the 2 items' durability, plus an additional bonus of 5%. And hey, you did all of that without consuming any XP, which I again think is pretty useful. So if you're getting a lot of armor drops from your mob farm, this could be a good way to bring them back up to usefulness. Since even if
Ooh.
these 2 items wouldn't add up to a full durability item, with that 5% repair bonus, it goes right up to clean and pristine. All of which without ever having to touch an anvil. If you have trouble fighting mobs at night, then you might want to brew up some weakness potions. Since surprisingly so, these can render a lot of mobs completely useless. And you'll see as much if we use it on a zombie. They will still do their attack animation, however, you don't even receive a damage tick or a knockback when they
What?
do it. And folks, that's on hard difficulties. And it's not just zombies either. This will happen for slimes, spiders, and even silverfish. And perhaps my favorite yet, if you use a weakness potion on a cave spider, that'll prevent it from poisoning you too. Which really makes these ankle biters seem a lot less intimidating when you use it like that. It can often be tough to make an inescapable trap in Minecraft, especially when they got endgame gear. Though the new lava cauldrons might just give us the perfect solution. Now, by themselves, they behave just as regular lava. But when partnered with honey blocks, these become a lot more dangerous. Since you're still affected by the honey's sticky qualities while you're in the cauldron, the player can't jump out of the pot to save themselves. And there you have it. Just with these 2 blocks, we made a trap that you simply can't jump out of. And if you pair this with a fall trap, you'll be sure to stick your foe right in the hot seat. And for their sake, I hope they packed a potion. If you're building your mob farm without an armor stand, then you're doing it wrong. Since strange as it may sound, having an armor stand set up like this in the middle of your mob farm makes it so that when you use a sweeping edge sword, you don't have to worry about wasting one of your swings on dying mobs. Since anytime that you attack a mob with sweeping edge and it dies on the spot, then it just absorbs the attack without doing anything else. But attacking an armor stand alleviates this. And that gives us the best option for crowd control. And it also means that if you're swiping at the armor stand, you're not going to take any thorns damage from any mobs that happen to spawn with it. So if all it costs is a training dummy to help you deal with these other dummies, then that's something I'm willing to take. Now I know that most of us would avoid quartz until we need things like comparators or daylight detectors, but in truth, even if you have no plans
go back.
to avoid quartz until we need things like comparators or daylight detectors, but in truth, even if you have no plans of building with it, it's still a good block to mine. Truth be told, nether quartz ore drops so much XP that when you don't have yourself a proper XP farm, this could be a great way to get yourself up into the higher levels.
Also, nether quart, you can also make weapons with nether quart, by the way. Just want you guys to know that.
I mean, for just about 20 to 30 minutes of your time, you can go from 0 to level 30 just like that. And even though we're still doing this in the nether, I think you'll still find this is much safer than having to kill the equivalent amount of mobs in the overworld. You want to know the fastest way to trade in Minecraft? And I'll give you a hint, it doesn't use any kind of big system like this. But rather, the most useful tidbit that you can know just relies on the spacebar. The way you do it is simple. You click on the trade you want to do, you click the item, and then you hit spacebar to refill the commodities that the villager wants. And just like that, repeating a cycle of going spacebar, click, like spacebar click, we can completely trade through the villager's options before it needs to restock. And while this gets particularly helpful if you're trying to batch a lot of trays with something like a Fletcher, if you have villagers existed in your world from older versions, then they might be bugged in a way where they can trade infinitely. And then when you use this trick, you're pretty much set for life. So if you got the key on your keyboard, you might as well use it. Before you grow the tree with bone meal, throw an ender pearl up to the sky, so that when you bone meal it, you'll land on the top of the tree. At which point, you don't have to worry about making yourself a staircase up as you're cutting down the tree. You can just take it all down in one go. Just make sure to have yourself a nice pair of feather falling boots. Otherwise, all the time that you would have saved is going to be wasted having to die to the ender pearl's fall damage. I feel like lily pads are an often forgotten block in Minecraft. And more often than not, they just end up being a nuisance when you're trying to navigate through the swamp on a boat. But the truth is, if you happen to grab some of these and keep them in your inventory, then it's possible that if you come across a body of water, all you have to do is just sprint and jump, and then place the lily pad underneath your feet, and you'll have yourself an easy way to scale a body of water, regardless of how deep it is. All the trapdoors are made out of wood, they don't burn in lava. Yeah, I don't get the logic either, but we don't have to understand it to know that we could use this to get ourselves quite a bit of diamonds. Since whenever you come across a lava pool, all you have to do is just bring around a crimson or warp trapdoor like this, and then flip it open to get yourself the diamonds at the bottom of the lava lake. But just be careful, because even if the trapdoor doesn't burn, your diamonds definitely could. Mud makes for a great building block, so it's something that you want. But getting mud like this is definitely a pain. So rather, we should take after this example and convert all of our mud into a body of water. By placing all of your dirt in a row like so, we can then offhand the water bottle, and then hold a shovel in our main hand so that when we hit right and left click at the same time while moving forward, we both convert the dirt to mud and collect it. And while it can definitely take a few tries to get it to sync up properly, once you do, it's hard to look at this comparison and say that you're not saving time. It's a lot more satisfying and a lot simpler. I'll take both of those. Before you spend a single iron ingot on making yourself armor, you should instead craft yourself a shield for the low price of a single iron ingot. Now, they require
quite literally
more than armor to keep you protected. There's many cases where just holding up your shield can save you from a lot more than diamond armor would. And not just zombies and skeletons, but creepers also get nullified pretty hard by this too, making this a practical choice when you start out. And
literally.
If you don't have the iron to make yourself a shield, then you can still put those 5 oak planks to use in a different way. I'm serious, but just crafting a boat, we can save ourselves from a ton of damage. For instance, if a hostile mob's coming towards you, just place down the boat and you'll be stuck in place, which is especially useful for things like slippery mobs like Enderman. Or if you don't have yourself a water bucket that you can clutch with, just place down the boat, row it off, and you'll be completely safe when you reach the ground.
What?
Even if you didn't spawn next to the ocean where you need one of these, I think you'll find it to be just as useful on shore as it would have been on the water. If you build your cow farm like this, you're doing it inefficiently. And instead what you should do is you should bait your cows into a 1x1 hole like this, with a hopper and a chest underneath them. So that, when you continuously breed them, that entity cramming limit's gonna kick in, and after you have 24 cows in your farm, eventually it'll start to kill off the other cows, and you'll have a fully functional automatic farm without even needing that big of a footprint. This Minecraft crop farm might look nice, but it's inefficient. Since the way that it is in the game's code, you actually get better results from your crop farm if you plant them in rows like so. And
I already know this. 4x4 rows, actually.
Honestly, we should have known that this was in the game from the beginning, considering the fact that village farms are planted this way as well. Maybe those Squidwards have more going on inside their head than just a big nose, since this could be really useful if you don't have bone meal yet to speed up the process in an auto farm. Here's the best way to kill blazes. Since with a looting 3 sword in your main hand and snowballs in your offhand, we're able to throw those at the blazes in the spawner and still get the looting effect applied to them, which without a doubt is one of the cheapest ways to get looting attached to your weapon. It doesn't even take a hit to the sword's durability, and while you can unfortunately only hold 16 snowballs at a time while doing this, with how effective snowballs are against blazes, you're still gonna be alright. And as long as you save some of the snowballs to make a snow golem farm back home, it's also renewable, and you can't beat that. Ever since 1.16, AFK fish farms have been nerfed. I'm not gonna deny that. But what they lack in treasure, they still have a lot to offer. For one, fish. But there's also plenty of experience points that you can get from fishing as well. And it's this easy to build, there's really no reason to not have one of these in your world. Especially if you place it next to another place where you need to AFK. That way you're activating 2 farms at once, which alone would be a good deal. Which is made all the better by how much food you're able to get from this method.
Really?
Log a fence, place down a golden pressure plate on top, and then with an iron trap door and a note block placed like so, we'll have ourselves an infinite food farm, regardless of where you put this in your world. When we talk about Minecraft traps, cake probably isn't top of your list. But here's what it should be. Since silly as it may seem, if you trap your friend in a case of cake like this, and then replace the floor underneath them with a piece of soul sand, then when we add in a water source block, we'll trap them inside of a bubble stream. And just that little bit of bouncing around is going to make it very tough to break the cake. And at that point, their best way out is if they're hungry. Which I've never seen anyone eat a full cake in Minecraft, so they might be there for a while. If you're like me, then you're terrible with a bow and arrow. And unfortunately for us, that makes it really tough to get this advancement for the bullseye. Don't worry, this will make it simple, since all we need to do is put a trapdoor on top of our target block, shoot an arrow right into the center, and then once we run 30 blocks away, we can have either a friend or redstone flip the trapdoor open. At which point it counts as if we shot the arrow from back here, and we easily get the advancement. And hey, you can do the same for the sniper duel achievement as well. Just switch out the target block for a different kind of target. Easy as that. As soon as you start to get resources that you need to smelt, you should not be wasting time individually putting them into different furnaces. Instead, with the help of the chest boat, we're able to position one of these on top of a bed of hoppers so that it'll evenly disperse all of our items across all of these different furnaces. And just like that, we're smelting 9 times faster than we would in a regular smelter. Change them out for blast furnaces, it goes up to 18 times faster. And then by doing something like Puffing Fish HQ shows off in this design, we can have another chest minecart go around the outside and fill up all of our furnaces with fuel. And don't worry, they store the XP, so when you eventually go through and break all these furnaces, you're still gonna get the rewards that you want. There's really no downside to doing this.
Damn.
If you're looking to find the iron to build that simple super smelter, your best bet isn't to find it down in the caves. Since of the ways that ores generate since the Caves and Cliffs update, you're actually gonna have pretty good luck finding this up in the mountains. And
What?
if I'm being honest, even if that was true, I wouldn't want to go dig inside of a mountain to find my iron. But the good news is, you don't even need to. From just mining iron on the surface of the mountains, you can end up with stacks of the stuff. And not
What?
to mention, it's a lot safer than heading down into a dark cave. You can also find coal up here too, just so you have something to smell all that iron that you're getting. Lighting up your base is great, but you never want to be too obvious about it. Having a torch on the ground doesn't look the best, is what I'm trying to say.
Whatever.
Luckily, there is a way for us to hide it. Since you place down a torch and then have an armor stand entity drop on top of it, then after you suit up that armor stand with whatever armor of your choice, then you'll have successfully made hidden lighting within your base. Now, I'm not saying that you should go and spam a bunch of armor stands around your base. That looks more awkward than torches. I think looking for little alternatives like this can really make a difference when you can. Every time that you see a hopper, there's a hidden cost of fire iron ingots and a chest. But what if I told you that a way to cut down on this is to just use the chest and forget the hopper? Instead, alternating like this lets us cut down on how much iron that we have to spend. And the hoppers and chests will still flow the way that we're used to. So if you haven't yet set up that iron farm, this would be the choice that I pick for you. Here's how to turn your relays into a deadly weapon. Since even though they can't equip it, if you give them a piece of Thorn's armor to hold on to, then any mobs that try to attack them will also take damage from that. And as you can see in this example from Razeworks, if you tie your relay to a lead and then have a mob attack you, you might just have yourself the deadliest balloon in Minecraft. But if you do want to try this out, I have to give one warning, which is that even though the allays tend to regenerate a lot of health, there are still a few mobs that can kill them off. So to keep them safe and on your side, you might want to have a couple of allays doing this, that way the damage is getting evenly dispersed amongst the crowd. And if you really need to keep your allays from dying, then your real get out of jail free card here is that if you give your allay a totem of undying, then they can use it just like we would. And there you go, you take them from hardcore mode right back into regular survival. Or if the allay's not the only mob they want to keep safe, then with the fox as well, you can do the same. But unfortunately, they're a little bit tougher to get the totem too. Since for the fox, you need to throw the totem onto the ground for it to be picked up. But once they have it, it doesn't matter what kind of polar bear gets nearby. They'll be left unscathed. You'll have a very confused polar bear as well. Souls melt in the desert. That's not much of a surprise. Even Frosty the Snowman could have told you that. But what you might be surprised to know is that if you use a fire resistance potion, that'll allow your snow golems to survive in hot climates. And yes, that even includes the nether, as silly as it might seem. So if you have a couple of these lying around after a piglin bartering, you can set up a couple—
Wait, you could craft a golem in a nether? I'm sensing a farming in the future. That's pretty cool.
couple of snow golems, splash them with this, and use those to help you eviscerate through that blaze spawner. Just get ready for the rude awakening when the potion effect wears off, and you're left with nothing more than a pile of snowballs in front of you. I guess nothing good ever lasts, huh? Here's how to make your boat self-driving. All you gotta do is create a 3x3 area of water, and then place down a fence gate on this third block here. At which point we can break these blocks and cause the water to flow, and we'll have given ourselves an automatic way to drive our boats. If you need to quickly get rid of some fire in the nether, then a good way to do that is by brewing up a couple of splash water bottles. Since these not only extinguish ourselves when we catch on fire, but they can also clear this plus sign shape out of the fire that catches on the ground. So if you need to make sure that your items don't burn, it might help to throw down one of these. That way, even if you burn alive, at least your stuff won't. If you're building a farm, you might want to use mud blocks instead of grass or dirt. And the reason for this is that mud blocks are just 1 pixel smaller in their hitbox than grass or sand blocks. And all that 1 pixel means is that items are actually able to be pulled through a hopper. And there you have it. Just with that simple change, our whole farm design just got so much cheaper. And not—
Wait. I need to learn how to craft mud. That can like really bring out the true experience of my farming. Because it'll probably make my stuff grow a lot more faster.
Not to mention the rates get better as well. Really, for the price of crafting a water bottle, it's worth doing this at your next farm. Let's say you need to move your pet dog, but you don't want to risk it dying while you're running across the treacherous landscape. Well, no worries, Raceworks has you covered. Since by attaching your pet to a lead and that lead to a fence post, we can use a piston like this so that when the item despawns, then your pet will suddenly teleport that long distance just like that. And through the help of a chunk loader like this one, we can make sure that this design never unloads. That way, with whatever timer you build, it's going to work just fine. And most importantly, it means your feline friend can travel thousands of blocks, all without having to move a muscle. Can't say I'm not a little bit jealous. If you live in a village, keep this one in mind, since by attaching an observer or pressure plate next to your bed with a bell getting powered, that will make sure that when we wake up, the bell will ring, and the villagers stay inside long enough for the zombies to burn on the outskirts. Otherwise, without this system, they might go outside, get a few residual zombies, and you'll have a couple of zombie villagers burning out there as well. So if you already killed the iron golem around here, then the least you could do for the villager population is put in this bell system. And then we all avoid the rude awakening of having your village be completely ransacked by zombies. If you're able to find food on land, great, but we're not always so lucky. So instead, you might have better chances of going to find yourself a river so that you can kill salmon. For one, they're super easy to kill. With just the right stone tool, you can kill one in one whack. And not to mention that even when you get rid of all the salmon inside of the river, when you come back later, they do respawn inside of the water.
What?
And they also have a small chance of dropping bone meal, which can itself be useful in finding yourself a food source that's renewable on land. And look, I'm not someone who likes seafood, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Suspicious stew is a great food source, but it's not great to craft, especially when you can't stack them. So if you can't easily hold on to a stack of suspicious stew, the next best thing is to get yourself a mushroom. Not just anyone, but if you shock it with lightning, sorry little guy, and then feed it the flower of your choice, preferably a dandelion, because it's the best one, then that's how you get an infinite amount of suspicious stew. Though worth mentioning is that the flower only works once per. So if you wanted 64 saturation suspicious stew, you need 64 dandelions. Luckily, those are easier to farm than the other suspicious stew. It's a simpler trade-off. Skulk sensors are very useful, but they're also very noticeable. But if you want to keep their function while losing that fidelity, then it's worth noting that by waterlogging a skulk sensor, then they'll be silent, but still behave normally. Now granted, this doesn't make them entirely discreet, since the sound waves are still visible, but as we can verify from the Minecraft subtitles, there's no sound that's given off from the skulk sensor itself when we do this. But when you're trying to use a skulk sensor for a hidden trap like this, then anything you can do to make it less noticeable is gonna go a long way. After all, it just takes one little detail for them to notice, and the whole operation to go belly up. For the price of a water bucket, I'd rather stack those odds in our favor. Whether you're playing on easy or hard mode, mob-proofing is an essential chore on your to-do list. And while light level can work, that isn't as much of an option in the nether. So if you're trying to get piglins to stop spawning in your travel tunnels or next to your fortress farm, then an easy-to-get solution is a moss carpet. Now initially, it might seem ridiculous to try and put vegetation next to lava, but apparently, moss carpet doesn't burn, making it pretty ideal for the lava landscape. Though I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that even though this doesn't burn next to lava, flowing lava will still break these the same as flowing water. But as long as you keep that in mind, you'll be safe. Or safer, at least. If you want to fix your item stream, consider adding a slab in place. Since as DocM showed off on Hermitcraft, just adding one of these in can make it easier for our items to stack together. And now the bone meal entities will wait until they have enough mass to eventually get pushed over. And that'll also help you to get some more space in between your items. Which
or
is
despawn, I mean.
When hoppers move so slowly. And perhaps the real icing on top of all of this is that when you have multiple item entities combined into one single stacked item entity, then that'll help to reduce lag as well. Which for the price of half a cobblestone block, it's hard to say that isn't worth it. Fire makes for a great decoration in your builds, but fire spread could also ruin your builds. So how do you find a happy medium? Well, the answer comes with Soulfire. Since with this, even if fire tick is enabled, it doesn't matter, because Soulfire will never spread. And while you do obviously change out the color for this example, that's a small sacrifice for keeping the rest of your base safe. And come on, it's not like the blue fire looks terrible anyway. I really think that we're making an improvement on both fronts. And at the very least, you can build that new fireplace in your house without having to tear your hair out. We all know bone meal can be a very useful tool to have, but sometimes getting enough of it can be a real hassle. So to keep your farms fueled and supplied going forward, how about we get a bit more creative and turn stone right into bone meal? I know, that sounds crazy, but as members of the community have found out, we can use the new moss functionality to turn stone generators into bone meal farms. And just like that, we've got a self-sustainable bone meal farm that's sure to provide plenty more for your farms in the future. In Java Edition, we traded with piglins like this, but on Bedrock Edition, we can do it so much faster. And the reason for that is that if you place down 2 observers to create an infinite clock, and then attach to that a sticky piston with a gold block on top of it, then when you throw the gold to the piglins to trade, you'll see that they're trading every single tick that's possible. So if you've got enough gold to fund it, I'd say pay up. You get yourself quite the show. With a pillar of scaffolding like so and an observer up top, we can effectively use this to send redstone signals upward like so. All we have to do is have a trapdoor underneath the top of the scaffolding, and that way when the legs on the bottom
How much time
that
left?
signal will move across the top of the system until eventually
About
it's
like a
detected by
couple
an
minutes.
observer and get the redstone signal up there.
Yeah, we got a
Now,
couple
I will
minutes.
mention that unlike using
You guys
rails
don't
for
mind,
this,
right?
the higher the scaffolding, the longer the input delay. But for the simplicity and compactness of this design, I think it makes up for this trade-off and then some. Now, nether portals are a necessity, but I could do without the zombified piglins spawning in them. So if you're like me and you're also sick of those unwanted visitors, then with just a turtle-like place like so, we can bait them away from the portal. So sure, it doesn't stop them from spawning, but I'd rather treat the problem than learn how to live with it. And as long as the turtle egg isn't placed on a beach to grow up, it's not gonna hatch, and the baby turtle won't object to it either. And if you take the setup from the piglin farm and switch out the gold block for a lightning rod, then when you throw a channeling trident on top, every time that it goes up and down, it'll strike lightning right on the source, giving you an infinite lightning farm, and a workplace hazard if you step too close, which you can then use as a mob converter of sorts. Or if you're crazy, you could do like we did and kill the wither with lightning. It just might take a few attempts. Having chests that we can put in our boats is a great thing, but you might be better using a llama instead.
What?
So not only will a max storage llama still let us have some storage, but we can also put a friend on the back of the llama and keep up the same number of seats. That way we're not trading containers for company. Don't worry about getting yourself an iron sword. Instead, with just 3 stones and sticks, stone axe will do you much better. And if you're able to critical hit and time your attacks just right, you can easily kill off a lot of mobs. And partner with that shield that you just crafted, now you'll be covered in both the offense and the defense. All
Awesome.
without having to get more than a single piece of iron. When 1.14 rolled around, Bamboo gave us a very solid way to defend our bases from enemies. With its
Also, 69.
weird hitbox, we're able to walk through just fine, but the mob AI struggles a bit to make it past the chutes, which is great, but a bamboo barricade doesn't fit in every build. So luckily, we've got something a bit more metal to use instead. Through the help of the copper lightning rods, we can place a couple of these down and get ourselves a mob-proof gate. And hey, if you think about it, they basically turn into an electric fence as well, though maybe that's better at fending off zombies than creepers. But with a cat to keep those away, then this safety solution's definitely worth a try. If you're playing on Bedrock Edition and hold down Shift and Jump at the same time on your keyboard, then as you start placing down blocks, it's possible to build a tower 16 blocks high, all without ever leaving the ground. Which at that point,
What?
why would you ever need scaffolding? This seemed to do the trick just fine. At first glance, this jump seems impossible, and really, it should be. But the truth is that if you happen to turn 45 degrees exactly while you're midair in the jump, then that'll let you jump 2% further than you would normally, which sounds imperceptible, but it's enough to make this jump. Though I can't stress enough how difficult this is to do. I mean, that's why we featured in the impossible skills video. Without the help of something like a mod like Tweakaroo, I'd have no chance of pulling this off. But if you can, it just might help you in a pinch. Whether you're playing a game of Manhunt or trying to prank your friend, everyone loves a good trap. And with the help of the Dripstone Fallen Entity, we can make a particularly effective one. As it's coded, a Dripstone falling from a height of 40 blocks will do the maximum amount of damage. Though, as soon as it goes through an end portal, that fall height doesn't reset. But rather, whoever goes through the gate next to me, quite the deadly surprise on the other end. Even with the diamond helmet, the odds are that your friend's still gonna get skewered the same way. So if you're looking to make the end off limits, then a couple of stalactites might just finish the job. You can't see it, but there's a hidden ladder here, and it's not one that we made with sticks, but rather with the way that vines and maps overlap, we can mix together an item frame and a map to make our vines completely invisible and the map climbable. Which can make it easier to do something like building out your large map on a wall. Or better yet, for a hidden entrance. And you don't even have to go that far. You want a reason to do this? None of your friends can rotate that map art to make it look bad, since the vine's hitbox is slightly larger than the item frames. And when you got destructive friends like me, that's worth the price of a mission on its own right. Instead of using chests, use barrels instead. Since, for one, they're cheaper to craft, they cost you 1 less plank for each recipe, and they're also great for small bases, since even if you have a solid block on top of them, you're still able to open them up. And while we can't double their size like we would a regular chest, it's also important to note that if you get a lot of these, they aren't rendered as entities like the rest of the chests. So they cause a lot less lag if you build yourself a barrel monster instead of a chest monster. Now, I know that composters don't seem like the most helpful of items, but might just be because you're using it wrong. Since what you need to understand is that the first item that you put into the composter is always guaranteed to fill up the first level, and that's regardless of the item that you're composting. So if you want the maximum efficiency when you're using your composter for bone meal, first put in an item with a low chance of composting for the first stage, and then use higher chance items like pumpkin pie for the rest of the way. That way you're saving these higher chance items for where they're actually useful, which might not make composters the most useful block yet, but even if they're not useful, at least you know how to use them now. Most players think of doors as just that, a door. But folks, there's so much more than that. Since in Java Edition, you can use these doors for some pretty important things. Like if you're underwater, you can place one of these down and have yourself a standing safe bubble of air. Or you can also place one of these down and use it to confuse hostile mobs that are coming towards you. For example, if you're in a cave and a skeleton starts shooting at you, place down the door and the mob's probably going to lose track of you. And if you flip the door just right, you can actually use this to scale up a 2-block tall jump, helping you get out of a cramped space or up to a new one. Terraforming a biome is not a simple task, which is too bad, because there really are some great results to changing around and creating your own custom biome. So why don't we try and find the easy way out? So, for the sake of an example, how about we try to take the gray hues out of Mushroom Fields biome and make them a bit more colorful? And for that, moss is a classic candidate. Since this block loves to replace the ones around it, all we need is a ton of bone meal and plenty of dedication to get the job done. And just like so, we can transform fungus to flora and make this biome a lot more lush to see. And hopefully the mushrooms will like it as much as we do. If you're looking for the fastest way to mine in Minecraft, then you're gonna need this on your leggings. Since even though dive mining has become less popular since its inclusion, with the addition of the Swift Sneak enchantment, now it's worth doing again, because the name's misleading. It doesn't just give you a swift sneak, but also gives you a swift crawl. And with Swift Sneak 3 in our leggings, we can get some real speed while we're mining in a 1-block tall tunnel. So as long as you don't have claustrophobia, it's worth that.
You can crawl?
At the very least, it gives you a reason to go down to the ancient cities, because if we're being honest, the recovery compass isn't worth it. Instead of planting your crops outside, you should tuck them down in a cave. Now, I know crops need light and sunshine and all that, but that's actually the point. Since if you were to plant your crop farm underneath a redstone lamp like this, then when it's time to harvest, all you gotta do is flip a lever on that switch, and all of the crops will be harvested in an instant. At which point, you can turn back on the light, plant all your crops, and get ready to do the same again next week.
I didn't know that.
Matic can often be a tough problem to solve.
What?
At the very least, it's not usually that compact. But Drip Leaf might just be the golden opportunity. Now, clearly, when you stand on these for too long, they're sure to give way to gravity. But what you might not know is that if you stand put just like such, then it's possible to use this as a time trap door and put the player right into a crawl position. So if you took that time to wait around, you might just notice that the entrance to a crawl space base was right underneath eye level. And folks, this is just barely scratching the surface for an implementation, and I'll leave the rest for creative people like you. Ender pearls are great for teleporting. That's literally what they're there for. Usually that's just the places that you can see. However, if you were to line up your crosshair just like this and throw an ender pearl right at the base of the 2 blocks, we could actually use this to walk through solid walls. And not just with the transparent blocks either. Since if the wall's only 1 block thick, you can walk through just about anything this way. Just keep in mind that you are going to take some damage from the ender pearl. But for an easy way to get out of dodge, this could save you a chase scene. In a lot of ways, deserts can be great locations for bases. You don't have to worry about constant weather changes, and there are so many different sandstone blocks that there's plenty of variety to choose from. Though, their oasis qualities leave something to be desired. I mean, who would want to live in a place with grass like this?
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I should make a glass home.
Though, while the grass color map isn't changing anytime soon, we do have a new green block to play with. Through the help of the moss block, we can make desert grass that actually looks green and lush. And hey, the same goes for using azalea leaves instead of the regular ones. And needless to say, this is what you should be growing. Instamind tools are usually something we associate with late game. I mean, most of the time, you're not even getting this without haste 2 and efficiency 5. Or, you could just use bone meal. No joke, with the new moss feature, it's possible to turn stone and deep slate into some of the easiest blocks to break in the game. And from there, you don't even need a netherite pickaxe. Just a stone hoe is all you need to dig these blocks. So as we start spending a lot more time clearing out the depths below, it might be worthwhile to bring some of this compost down in the caves. And besides, you can't even insta-mine deep slate with a beacon, so this is no doubt the best option to use. And with that, folks, YouTube thinks that you might like this video, so see if they're right and have a good one. Alright?
Peace out, man. Shout out to Skip the Tutorial. He was the one that made that video. He probably got better videos in the future if you guys want to watch it. I recommend you guys do that. Alright guys, I'm going to take a little break before we jump into Minecraft. Maybe eat something, I don't know, look in the mirror. But the more gist of it, be right back. I'm back. I got something to eat. A million beer! A million beer! Let's whip out the Curse Forge, eh? And close out this fox thing. Update. Yeah. Yeah, update this. Damn, that sounds good. Give me a moment, guys. That reminds me, someone asked me a question on Discord. Do you have this game? I'm going with nope. Ugh. Right? Loading up the game right now. That's why you hear that stuttering. Disappear.
Kettle and Luch said, do you want it?
Maybe. No. You know what? Sure. What's wrong with an extra game in my pocket? Sure. Give me a second, guys. Ah, wrong one. There we go. This one? This one looks like it. It's it. It's it, guys. Let's play a little bit of Minecraft today, shall we? You know.
Kettle and Luch said, look up what Ark Survival Evolved is. If it interests you, he'll buy it for you when we eventually make the server.
Thanks. I'll look that up in a bit. Right now, I'll be looking up me surviving on this new setup. We need to go to the Nether. We need to collect 2 or 3 more Wither Skulls. Build some shit outside of range of my house. And then we'll be in the green. To fight the Wither. God, I love getting that. Also, a little side note, you destroy all the light source, withers will be spawning. Wither skeletons, actually. But we'll be finding a wither in the Nether. That would be funny. Also, what the fuck?
Vegetation Pizza said.
I'm going to destroy all this light source, by the way. I need to collect Wither Skulls. And I need all the Wither Skeletons to spawn. All of them. Yeah, nice to see you too. Probably should have learned ice magic. You think they're allergic to poison? Oh, hell. Really, bro? We're gonna do this. There's the Wither Skeletons. I'm gonna need you to die. Okay, well, I just burn you then. So. Okay. There we go. Aw, shit. That's Boogie. Oh no! Come on, you bastards. You know you want a taste of the Skyrider. What's that noise? I just pushed him off into the lava. This is gonna take a minute. You know what would be really cool if there was actually a monster that follows that sound, you know? Just come right out the woodworks just to clap my cheeks. That would be cool. Oh, look at them starting to spawn like wildfire. And slimes. And he dropped the good stuff in the lava. Priceless. I hate when that happens. Ritual Berserk. Table of Winter summoned this thing, but yet it's like he kind of abandoned the damn thing, you know? I didn't hit you, did I? Okay. You annoying little shit. Oh, look at that. A broken sword, huh? Uh-oh. Bring it on, then. Oh. You know, I thought he was a withered. You know? A withered skeleton. From a distance, he looks kind of like it, you know? From a distance, he kind of looked like a withered skeleton. Oh, this guy should attack me now, right? Yeah, I don't wear gold armor. These guys should straight up attack me. Or not? I guess living armor kind of counts as gold armor, I guess? You can only blame yourself. But of all the things you could attack, you decided to attack me. That was reckless. And a death sentence. What's up, bitch? Yeah, come down here. Don't want to hit the pigs. The zombie pigs are friend, not food. What's up, bitch? Goodbye, bitch. Nani? What's up, bitch? You felt that? At least I'm getting a decent amount of blaze rod. I guess that's one thing. That's maybe a slightly little dark, but you know. I got you back. Oh, and now it's blinding. Crunch. Why they always spawn over here? Other places they can spawn. But they choose to spawn over here. Makes no sense. Lava. And lots of it. And skeletons. That was a trap. Ha! What? Now this is dramatic music. I love it. Okay, let's fall back. There may be some more skeletons nearby that we can use. A ghost. Huh? Oh, he was about to get ready for an attack. With that type of movement. Yeah, what's up? The weather. Rainy. Non-stop. No wither skeletons anywhere, huh? After all this light I removed. You know, I almost looked in his eyes. He's like, "Do you like the color of my eyes?" Oh. I tried, bitch wad. Ooh. There's two of them. Nani? Ah. Ooh. Hey. Not even in the slightest close of getting a flipping blaze rod. Wither skull. Withered skeleton rattling, maybe above. Nope, just more blaze rod. Fire horse. That's right. There was lava over here. Crunch. Crunch. Snooped out. It's gonna take a minute. Get in some wither skulls. Maybe like an entire hour or something. crunch. Endermen. Douchebags. Blame only yourself, brother. Ow. Just a little scratch. Ain't worried about it. Picture it as you getting clapped. Rattling of skeletons. Maybe above me. These guys don't stop. And they're not spawning in this hallway though. Is there too much light? Thought I purged all the light out. There's one. Ah, Enderman. He's trying to pretend to be a skeleton dude. He's like, I'm a wither skeleton. But you know, I could just teleport and clap your cheeks. I know I should go adventuring in this location. But maybe when I have an understandable mind at the point, you know? Farmer's Delight is delicious. That farm running without losing a drop of food. Not even a drop of wither skull. I'll probably get fortune on my weaponry. Or at least my spells. Do you think you can handle my spells? Ow. I got coal. Oh, that's bad. Never mind. They're above. To arms. We'll not let them flee without their skulls. Oh God. Fight me, coward. Fight me like a man, not like a coward. Oh shit. Jesus! What a fucking spawn rate. How dare you move out the way? You'll hear from my lawyers. In hell. Well, you're already in hell, but in deeper hell. Great Scotch! What now? Hello? Yes, ma'am. Will do. Give me a moment. And I'm back. Yeah. Gotta empty my bags. Anyone else on? Nope, just me. A million fear, boys. A million fear. Also, which one of these things can become ancient scrap? Or I was just seeing shit. I probably just seeing shit. Take this. Oh, look at that. Yikes. Forgot to clack my shit. I'll also put this in here. A million fear. It's taking a minute to get cut down, huh? A million fear. Bum, bum, bum. A million fear. Oh, I didn't get all of it. Okay, now I got all of it. All I want is a million fear. Something other words in the atmosphere. A million fear. A million fear. Ow. I'm fine. I hear skeletons outside the door, looking to clap my cheeks in one single swoop. They will not get the sensation. I will not allow them. My name is God. Ah! Bruh. Alright, let's put all this in the chest somewhere. Any chest. We gotta go back to the nether. We gotta flipping clap their cheeks. And then settle it on ABA. Mark my words. You guys just looking at the computer screen like, what's wrong with this guy? And my answer to that is none of your concern of my state of mind. A million fear. Just throw this in here and there and there. Alright, back to the nether. This time we're gonna use my teleportation to the nether. It's extremely more dangerous and has a higher chance of getting me killed if I was a vagina, which I am not. Away! Ugh, God, it's gonna be nasty. Ugh. What's up, bitches? It's Skyrider. Anyone want to fight? Also, I should be careful of the pits. The bottomless pits. Filled with bugs and anything else your imagination. I know I got a lot of gold, but you can never have enough gold. You know what I'm saying, guys? Who put all these lanterns up? Well, who cares? Let's try going down. And not into lava. Oh my God. For me? Oh, you should. Special arrows. I do like my arrows special. Ah, hell. Oh, chest. It's covered in lava. I got rocks though. It can protect me from the lava, so long as I don't fall in it. Let's go by the stairs. Ow. Hi. God damn it. This is what I get for not using my magic. Oh God. Run. Run. Equip. Whew. Not my bag, but I take it regardless. That's mine, by the way. I like I killed that one guy and he just dropped all that shit. Huh? my magic book. Just collect all of it. Excuse me, I'm gonna mute my mic. I could have just used my spells to kill the guy, but I didn't. I lost everything. My spirit. I can always get it back. Look, guys, I got a diamond sword. take a little break, guys. Be right back. Million Fear. Back to the game. Oh my god. I can't believe I went all the way down there just to get a damn diamond sword. What am I gonna do? Shove it up my ass? Oh. A gift is better than nothing. Also, I got a bunch more rocks. I don't know what to do with these rocks though. I figure something out. Also, 1, 2. I prefer to be in between the levels instead of low. Plus, you wouldn't believe. There's another thing you can make. A stove. I know it's mind-blowing. Yeah, Farmer's Delight. Very good mod. Ain't gonna lie. Also, I got myself a backpack. Let me just look inside this. This guy had next to nothing in this bitch. It's kind of, actually, kind of pathetic, but whatever. I swear, it's like they have this type of timer in their heads, you know, guys? It's like they know I'm about to go live streaming. I use a live stream in the morning, and then they come bothering me. Then I go live streaming in the middle of the afternoon, and then they come bothering me. I'm like, what? I know this is like a sign to saying I'm going to miss this in the future. Spoiler alert. The internet's filled with thousands of people. I'm pretty sure they need my time more than what's going on here. Also, I stopped this little ritual thing. It was getting out of hand. It wouldn't stop allowing me to summon more things. So I just stopped it. I digged it up and now I can use it for other things. Like, I don't know. You know, the, this guy that I forgot to, my friend with. Oh, look at that. Look at it, look at it, look at it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It feels absolutely amazing having this brand new desk. I got so much leg room and everything. I can stretch with no problem. Oh my god! And it took me several hours just to build it today. Several flipping hours. And it has not disappointed. And the wireless seems to be performing perfectly fine. It had no connecting problems at all. That's strange. That's strange indeed. I'm not gonna think too much about it, but it does got me wondering. It does got me wondering, ladies and gentlemen. Have I been using the wrong thing to connect to the internet? I feel like I have. You know? Oh my god. Well, let's just merge these all together, shall we? And as you guys can tell, I'm famous rich with this all this damn gold is gonna be disported in my hands. Oh my. A million fear. I am the fear. Brother. 60 gold. Look at that. And saw fall. Eventually my legs will be strong enough to withstand gravity. And I will be even stronger if I stop allowing myself to get manhandled by a bunch of pigs. Awesome. Let's just get more experience. That's better. That's a good number. Look at all these bags I have. That's a lot of bags. All I want is India. All I hear is a million beer. Back and cast to the atmosphere. A million beer. Alright, let's throw this gold in the other location. Snacker packers. Be cooked. Perfection. I don't know where I got all the speed from, but I guess that's vengeance. After I clap those cheeks. And check it out. My blood altar. Ain't she a beauty? I got all the extra juice and everything. It's fascinating. One may say it's beautiful. Oh my. Whew. Ha! Another quart. Not what I'm looking for. Alright, which one you waypoint? Which one you say die? Okay, remove. Yeah, we don't want to remember that. I can hear the ghost looking for the clapping. You guys want to go, by the way? You little shits? I'm not covered in gold. I guess not. Wise decision. I would have sent you to the gods, so they can give a definition of why you exist. Uh-oh. Also, that horse got a lot of health. Oh, never mind. Had a lot of health. Till he didn't. Lovely. Uh-oh. Little buggy. Thanks for the fire. Squirrel without poison can kill bugs real fast. It would be wise if you not attack me, little one. For I am your worst nightmare. See? You should have listened. It's just an Enderman with a backpack. That is just absolutely cute. Oh my god. I thought you guys were going to attack me. I thought you guys were actually going to attack me. Literally just walked up to him and be like, tatas. What's up, rookie? Fast as fuck boys, by the way. Oh god. Skeleton. Sometimes I forgot jump attack. It does massive. Oh god. Nani? Is it dead? It's dead. As it should be. I know I should not be looking for gold, but who's gonna stop me? Time? Well, actually, time is definitely gonna stop me because I did say the stream was gonna be short and sweet. And here I am going on for 2 hours. It's like I'm going against my own word or something. Evil skeleton dude. More gold for the gold god. I'm getting that gold rush. Also, lava's falling from the sky. You want a party? Huh. Thought I heard something. To my left. lot of squishing noises, you know? Ah, that's better. Like I tell these guys to turn off their machines when they leave, and they leave it on, and then when they come back to the server, they crash the whole fucking thing because they have a hard time loading and all that shit. Fucking priceless, you know? There has to be a limit of greed at this point, you know? It has to be. Yeah, greed has no equals. Really doing me a favor. Actually, did anything dropped over here? Oh, it's regrinding my shit that already grinded. Perfection. I am this shit later. Surprised I haven't got attacked by those phantom bats. Phantom dragons. Yes, those guys. Surprised I got attacked by those guys yet. The sign is rising. I guess that's what I'll be doing after I try to fix this router or just take it out of the room entirely. Or just plug it in the wall. You know, I could do that. Damn! I'm fucking rich. You know, one of these days I'm gonna download this Minecraft music. So relaxing. I'm so rich with the gold. Now I just need a bunch of apples. Guess that I'll be doing on the free time until next week, eh? There's a few games I wanted to play, but I can't cease to remember them. They're important because they're awesome, or something along those lines. Either way, I'm gonna spin both of these things. And this short and sweet stream became 2 hours. Look at that. Yikes. Sorry about that, guys. I just got carried away in the moment. But it sees that I'm gonna wrap away dead. Uh-oh. What I meant to say was, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. Because I need my break. And I haven't crafted my heart out of my chest. Ass. So, yeah. And since it's the aftermath of my birthday stream, I'm not in the mood to say all my outros. Only thing I'm going to say is this. Skyripe Indy out. Take care of yourselves out there.